Welcome to Rainbow Push. Let's please make sure that we have our ringers turned on silent or our phones turned off so that we can have a smooth program. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes I feel that we make each other so sad. Those who are able, let's do it, ladies and gentlemen.
Push community meeting. We're broadcasting live at Dr. King's Workshop, 930 East 50th Street in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood. We're live on WVON. We're live on AM 60 on your radio dial. WJYS all around the world and around the country. www.rainbowpush.org on Facebook, on YouTube, and www.rainbowpush.org on our website. But there's nothing like being here to join us in person, participating in our community and hearing our unfiltered perspective and sharing our vision since 1971. In the tradition of our founder, Reverend Jesse L. Jackson Sr., our mission is to gain, protect, and defend civil rights while leveling the economic and educational playing fields, supporting justice and human rights for people all over the world. We know when we fight, we win, but in order to win, we have to fight. The push is on. The push is on. Everybody, the push is on.
The push is on. There's work for us to do. Oh, the push is on. The time is up to you. We can make it a better place. Living right now. Can we count on you? Oh, we can make it a better place. We can make it a better place. If we only try, only try. We can make it a better place. We can make it a better place. If we only try. Please remain standing for lift every voice and sing. Lift every voice and sing till the day ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the leaves skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the sing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Please remain standing for the invocation.
Join hands wherever you are, except if you're driving. Our Father and God, we pause and say thank you. Thank you for how you continue to bless us in the midst of so much chaos, so much turmoil. We thank you for those congressional leaders like Congressman Jonathan Jackson, who stands in the gap, keeps us informed, keeps us inspired, keeps us ready to take to the streets. God, we thank you for all of these families that have gathered here today under the umbrella of the NAACP. We thank you for the legacy that that organization represents. We thank you for the leadership that we now see. We thank you for the partnership with NAACP nationally and chapters all around the nation. God, we thank you for the fighting spirit, those who would stand in the gap for those who could not speak for themselves. We thank you for the Legal Defense Fund and all the lawsuits they filed challenging gerrymandering, challenging those obstructions to our voting rights. We thank you for those lawyers who give of themselves each and every day. We thank you for the ACLU, American Civil Liberties Union, that fights for us even when we don't know. We thank you for Brian Stevenson, who has built a museum that chronicles our history, that reminds us of the lynchings and all the things that we endured during slavery, after slavery, and even during the Jim Crow years. God, we are grateful for what you have done. We now ask that you will empower this organization in ways that you have done before, that will give us the right vision, the right spirit. Strengthen Yusef as he seeks to lead this organization through these difficult and tumultuous times. You're a God that's everywhere, knows everything all at the same time, and we're grateful. Bless the Jackson family in a very special way as they continue to hold up the banner, and bless these organizations. We thank you. We bless you. Lift us. We ask these things in your precious Son, Jesus' name. Let every heart say, amen.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. We would like to welcome the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People into the Rainbow Push House tonight. We are so honored to welcome you all here. And I want to bring up really quickly our entertainment, someone who every time I see him, he blesses my spirit, and he really encourages us to keep pushing on for people. So without further ado, as he makes his way to the stage, I want to introduce to you all no other than the incomparable, outstanding, and astonishing Zion Ali. Can we give him a round of applause as he comes?
What's up? How y'all feeling? Make some noise. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Awesome. We having a good time. It's a Saturday. We're going to keep this energy going next week and then the week after next. Right on. My name is Zion Ali. What's my name? I'm a youth empowerment artist. My whole mission is just to hype y'all up so y'all can turn up. Some of y'all are going through some astronomical things that we can't even speak about, but I'm here to tell you that you're going to get through it. You're going to overcome that obstacle. You're going to jump over that mountain, push through that wall. If you're going to make it through this year, make some noise for yourself. You're going to make it through this year. Let's go. Let's go. Awesome. My job is to hype y'all up some type of way. So, okay, turn it up, turn it up. Do me a favor. Look at your best friend real quick. Say these two words. Say these two words. Don't be shy. Say this. Say this. Say get up, get up, get up. Come on, say it, say it. Don't be shy. You got it. Say get up, get up, get up. You got it. Come on.
Get up, get up.
Come on, say it, say it. Say get up, get up, get up. Come on. Say it.
Get up, get up, get up.
No, 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 no. Say get up, get up, get up. Come on. Say it.
Get up, get up,
Come
get
on.
up.
Say oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Say oh yeah. Say oh yeah. Okay, I think y'all got it. Y'all got it. I need y'all help real quick. I need y'all help. If you love Chicago, make some noise. If you love Chicago, if you love Chicago. I'm not just talking about just Yusef. I said if you love Chicago, make some noise. If you love Chicago. That's what I'm talking about, Rainbow Push. This was all about. Do me a favor. Somebody say, oh. Say, yeah. Again, I'm going to remind you, my whole mission is just to remind you that you're great, you're awesome, you're amazing. This ain't something that happened last week. This ain't something that happened 2 years ago. You was born to win. If you know you was born to win, make some noise. If you know you was born to win.
Hey, Zion.
That's what I'm here to remind you of, that you were born to win. You was born to be astronomical. You was born to go above and beyond. So let's do this together. This song is called Make It Through. Let's do this. Come on. Let's go. You're living in Chicago, got us in your favor. I'ma hold it down like call me an anchor. Think about my problems, deal with it later. Focus on my family and stack up all this paper. I am an emperor, God in the making. Every time I wake up, it's a celebration. Every time I wake up, it's a start up on a hey, cause I'm just trying to get it right. We're trying to get some sleep at night and trying to get some peace of mind. We're holding on this piece of mind. We're trying to make it through. We don't know what we're gonna do, but I know if you know you're gonna make it through no matter what nobody says, put your hands up. Somebody say, we're gonna make it up. Hey, come on. I don't care what nobody says. You got this. Whatever you want to do this year, you got it. Come on. What's up? It's free 99. just to be kind. It's free 99 just to show love. It might just cost a little just to show up. But we gon' need each other when we blow up. And we gon' need each other like a big toe. Brother rubber pedal is a big boat. And we coming in like a big show. We do it for the city like we need love. Come on. Cause we're trying to get some sleep at night. And trying to get some peace of mind. We're holding on this. You got it. Come on. Trying to make it through. We don't know what we're gonna do. But I know we gonna. Come on. If you're not gonna make it through, put your hands up. Somebody say, we gon' make it through. Come on. We'll make it through. I'm talking about you and your whole family. If you know your family gon' make it through, put your hands up. Come on. You got it. Hey. We'll make it through. Hey. I need some help. I don't believe some of y'all. I need you to encourage the person next to you. Say these 2 words. Say these 2 words. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Come on. Say, oh yeah. Look at somebody else. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Hey. Say, oh yeah. One last time. If you know your family gonna make it through, just clap them up. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Come on. You got it. Come on. Come on. One more time. Say, oh yeah. I need some help. Somebody say this. Say, rain down the boom. Sing. You got it. Say, da 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 da. Say, oh, baby. One more favor. Say, rainbow blues. Sing. Say, rainbow blues. One more time. Say this. Say, oh yeah. Say, oh yeah. Do me a favor, make some noise for you and your family, because I think y'all gonna be just fine. Y'all too quiet. I said make some noise for you and your family. You gonna make it through this shit. Thank you so much, my Rainbow Push family. My name is Zion Ali. What's my name? I'm just here to remind you that you are somebody. Right on. Somebody say, I am somebody. Make some noise for yourself. Come on.
Give it another round of applause for Zion Ali. Are you somebody? I'm going to bring up this great singer by the name of Deontay Baker. He is Chicago's own. He is a son of us, and I just feel like this energy needs somebody to take us up one more notch so we can keep pushing on. Without further ado, Deontay Baker.
Check, check. How you guys doing this morning? How you doing? Like he said, my name is Deontay Baker, all the way from the west side of Chicago. And I'm glad to be here, my very first time at the Rainbow Push. And I just want to give you some songs that'll bring some light into your life. Listen. Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly announcer. I have serious news to pass on to everybody. What I'm about to say could cause the world's disaster, could change a tear from laughter into a brighter day. It's that love's in need of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away. Too much hate is going round, breaking many hearts. We've got to learn to stop it please. before it goes too far. Oh, ooh, check this out. The force of evil plans to make you its possession, and it will let it destroy everybody. We all must take precautionary measures to joy and tears from laughter into a brighter day. Is that love's in need? I see him of love today. Don't delay, send it in right away. Too much hate is going round, breaking many of our hearts. We've got to stop it, please, before it goes too far. I gotta say it again. Ooh, love's in need. It's in need of love right now, this very hour. Don't delay. We got to send it in right away. Too much hate is going round, breaking many hearts. I know we can stop it right now, 'cause it's going too far. It's already gone too far. Love's in need of love today. Please do me a favor. Don't delay. Send it in. Make a rush on it. Send it in. Too much hate. It's going round, breaking many hearts. Please stop. You gotta stop it, please, before it goes too far. Oh, we need love.
Thank you, Brother Deontay. Good morning, Rainbow Push. Let's give our music ministry a round of applause this morning. Let's give our music ministry a round of applause this morning again. We started this morning intentionally with some younger people who we are working with at the Rainbow Push Coalition. We can't say that or complain that we haven't passed down the lessons from the previous generations to the following generation if we haven't worked to incorporate young people into our programming. And so I want you to give Brother David a round of applause, and Brother Zion Ali a round of applause, and Brother Deontay a round of applause. Give them a round of applause like you really, really mean it. They are young people. We are investing in them. Jarrell David moved us so much last week talking about he's 18 years old and has an associate's degree already. I'm not even sure how you do that, quite frankly, but then he's entering Morehouse College this year as a freshman in the fall. He is working 3 jobs this summer. One of them is here at Rainbow Push to earn enough money to pay for his tuition at Morehouse College. Morehouse College is a wonderful institution, but it is on record for costing $50,000 a year. I cannot tell you how many people I know who've gotten into Morehouse College this year and cannot yet afford the tuition. Morehouse is doing all they can with providing scholarships. It just isn't enough right now, and so we're committed to help Jarrell and others who are going to Morehouse to find their way in. I'm going to start with a little bit of exciting news. One, times are so dark right now that the Lord has required us to use something than our own eyes to build coalition. Sometimes our eyes look at people and they find age, and our eyes find color, and our eyes find everything that doesn't look like you and me. But my father would say that when the lights go out, we're all the same. And so since the Supreme Court has turned the lights out on the Voting Rights Act, and the executive administration has turned the lights out on the Civil Rights Act, we now have an opportunity to look beyond our immutable characteristics and into our souls and into our spirits. And in this audience and in this world, I see coalition building. I see Native Americans. I see women. I see young. I see old. I see opportunities to build bridges with young people that we never saw before. And so give yourselves a round of applause as you keep hope alive for keeping hope alive. I want to welcome the NAACP into Chicago. They're having their convention here. Give the NAACP, its members, its president, its board members a round of applause. We had intended this morning, this is a little loud, we had intended this morning to have a fireside chat with me and Derek Johnson, and we're going to do that again. I'm going to apologize for it. Derek called me this morning and said, Yusuf, Brother Yusuf, I've done everything I can, but I've got a board meeting this morning, and I've got people coming. I cannot shake it today from 10 to 11. So he commits to come back, so we're going to do that fireside chat. It will not be this morning. I apologize, but he sent a major brother in his stead, Brother Jamal, who's going to come up and join us in a minute. But we have, as my father would call it, a lot of ground to cover this morning. Yesterday, we celebrated the life of our business pioneer, George Johnson. Give George a round of applause. George Johnson lived 99 beautiful years. He was the founder of Soft Sheen Products, Johnson Products Company. They had a big facility on 87th and Cottage Grove. We grew up with George Johnson. Not only did he have an amazing organization and did he have a reputation for treating his employees so well, he was a true African-American and an American pioneer with the way he treated employees, with his scientific formulations to keep our froze from being on one side down and one side up. He really, really was a pioneer in beauty and care for African-American people. Yesterday, we put him to rest at Trinity United Church of Christ. And this morning, I thought it's even more fitting. Some people, I love to say, you thank them too much. And other people you could never thank enough. George Johnson not only had a powerful organization and company, he was a civil rights icon. He was a man with a message and a man with meaning. He helped fund the civil rights movement. When Dr. King was short on payroll, George Johnson would cover payroll. When Rainbow Push, Operation Push, People United to Save Humanity was being founded, George Johnson was one of the founders. He was unabashedly for his people, and also a businessman. So you can do both, be a businessman and a capitalist in this country, and also contribute to our people. He gave scholarships. He gave millions of dollars of scholarships to African-American students going to HBCUs and other colleges in the 70s. He had such impact on my father. I wish my father could have been there to see him or to properly memorialize him yesterday, but I know they met up in heaven. And if my father's growing his afro back out in heaven, I know that George came with a bottle of Afro Sheen to keep it looking good. But our brother John Rogers, who was so affected by the life of George Johnson, in many ways, John, with his amazing company, is a founder of our new Rainbow Push Coalition and a great friend and ally and supporter of my father with his company. In the spirit of George Johnson, John has come always to Rainbow Push as an entrepreneur and a businessman, and always very much interested in the movement of his people and civil rights and the movement to make America a more fair place. And so John Rogers is going to come and offer some kind words about the life of George Johnson that you may have missed in his memorial. John Rogers.
Thank you, Yusuf. It's always great to be at Push, and I want to acknowledge Jackie and Mrs. Jackson, Congressman, all of you. It's just great to be here. I want to have some brief reflections on George Johnson. I love George. He was a mentor, a friend, a role model. I've known him almost all of my life. I grew up a couple blocks from here, and my first stepfather, Ernest L'Enfant, who was very, very involved with Rainbow, was also George Johnson's best friend. And whenever I was coming along, I always knew I could go to see George Johnson, get advice, counsel, ideas of how to build a business. And when I started Ariel at age 24, he was our first foundation client. The George E. Johnson Foundation that provided all those scholarships, they hired us to manage some of that money. And as you know, when you're building a business, you need those early customers, right, to be able to grow. So one of my themes today is he was always there to help build strong black businesses. He understood that. He shared the values of Reverend Jackson and Rainbow Push. He understood the importance of black business. I always think now when I look at that push symbol and see that dollar sign in the middle of the S. I thought that was just so brilliant to make that a cornerstone that we wouldn't be able to move forward as a people if we didn't have economic justice and economic fairness. So when I think about George Johnson, I think about, everyone talks about the fact that he was a partner with Don Cornelius and helped build Soul Train. He was a 50% owner as they went national. But if you think about it, that became one of the most successful shows in American history. It's lasted for decades and decades because it was so special. When Essence Magazine started, he prepaid 2 years of advertising Essence when they were not doing well. And the founders often said if George Johnson hadn't written those checks, Essence would have never been the most outstanding black women's magazine in the country. And I could go on, but you think about it. Burrell Advertising became the largest black advertising agency in the country. My mom and my stepdad's law firm became one of the larger black law firms in the country because of George's support and help. He had this enormous vision and this gift to be able to see these entrepreneurs that were going to go on and not only build a business, but build a great business to be in the top of their fields, nationally, internationally. His son, Eric, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. Eric built out a wonderful business, Baldwin Richardson Ice Cream, which is always one of the top 20 black businesses in the country, according to Black Enterprise. Eric just retired, and George Johnson's granddaughters are taking over the business, building out multi-generational wealth that's so important. And when you think about the kind of philanthropy that they're showing, it's, of course, in the same spirit of the philanthropy that George Johnson had. It was just something that he was always able to do. And as Yusuf said, he was always here at Rainbow, helping to be supportive and pushing, and supporting Dr. King at the height of the civil rights movement, being responsible for 60 tables at the Urban League dinner every year. But the last thing I would say is he built this extraordinary business, first black company to be publicly traded. It had over 500 employees. But he cared about his employees. He had profit sharing. He had extended maternity leave. He had exquisite lunches for all of his employees every day. Friends and family would come and just have lunch with their friends and family there at Johnson Products because he cared so deeply about our people. So he was a giant. He was a titan, one of the greatest entrepreneurs of the last 100 years, and he will be truly, truly missed. Just such a special, unique, one-of-a-kind leader, a role model for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Let's give George Johnson a round of applause for for the life he lived, for the love he gave us, for his service to his people. I want to give a shout out to my man, brother Les Coney. Les Coney, stand up. Stand up, Les Coney. Les Coney is a good man. Give Les Coney a round of applause. Les Coney is one of our key supporters and friends. He's a member of what we would call our kitchen cabinet. He helps with advice, always willing to extend his serious relationships. Les, we're grateful for your support, your contributions, and for the advice that you offer us and help us to continue to move our people forward and our nation forward. Les Coney is one of those silent businessmen who does a lot of work for his people and to unite people around the country. So let's give Les a round of applause again. When we designed this program, the NAACP has meant so much to my father for such a long, long time. I'd asked my brother Jonathan to come and give an introduction that would be the prelude to my conversation with Derek. I'm asking him to still give that introduction because my father would say, Yusuf, there was a time when all of us were members of the NAACP. There simply was no other organization. Other organizations were born and spurned from the NAACP. So you think about uniting with Roy Wilkins. You think about uniting with Ben Chavis. You think about Benjamin Hooks. You think about Ben Jealous. You think about Brother Derek Johnson. The many amazing presidents and CEOs of the NAACP, founded in 1909. It still exists and continues to serve our people today. One of the things I want to say about the NAACP and the other organizations founded around the same time, you think about the Divine Nine, I've told you, the Alphas and the Omegas and the AKAs, 1906s and 1908s, 1911s, 1913s, 1919s with the Zetas. All of them had determined where we were, and we had been let down by the promise of America at the end of the Civil War with the Hayes-Tilden Compromise in 1877, and with 1896 Plessy versus Ferguson. But we never gave up on the promise of America. We never gave up on God's covenant with man. And so we created these organizations, these institutions, each of which have now lasted and served us for over 100 years apiece, most of them founded by very, very young people. And so I ask, what will we find and enumerate these days in the wake of our own end of Reconstruction that lasts for another 100 years to serve our people? And so when you think about the relationships with the NAACP, I said there's room in your back pocket for a membership card of the NAACP and a membership card of the Rainbow Push Coalition. We're going to have to all work together to find our way out of the challenges that we're finding today. And so I'd like to ask my brother, Congressman Jonathan Jackson, to come up and share with us some of the stories and perspectives he's had on the challenges we face today, as well as the opportunity relationship with the NAACP. Give a round of applause to Congressman Jonathan Jackson.
Thank you, my brother Yusuf Jackson. Thank you to my mother, Jacqueline Jackson. And I want to say thank you to the city of Chicago and the 1st Congressional District of Illinois, and give you a quick report on some things that I've seen in Washington, D.C. this week. I want you to know there are 108 days until the midterm of 2026. Can I hear 108 days? I wake up excited every day, call a friend, call a family member, so we can turn this nation around. There comes a time where you have to say enough is enough. Now, you know I'm the son of the great, late now, Reverend Jesse Jackson. I wasn't born and hadn't trained myself formally to be a legislator. Thank you for your grace that you've given me these last 3 years, that I've been able to study the law, craft laws, and propose laws. But there comes a time where you just can't study things. There comes a time where you have to do some activism and some action. This past week, in light of what the Trump administration did on the 4th of July, in the 250th anniversary of our nation, the Trump administration once again quietly attacked the history of the National African American History Museum. Now, I don't know about you, but I've started saying hands off of our history. J.D. Vance is not qualified to curate our history of the African American pilgrimage and plight. Hands off our history. I had the opportunity this past week to be with my dear colleague and friend, the Honorable Kawisi Mfume from Baltimore, the Reverend Robert Turner of the AME Church from Baltimore, Reverend Barber of North Carolina. We held a private prayer vigil. We brought children out, administrators, other members of the Congress, out to the site of the National African American History Museum. What are we asking you to do? Come to Washington, D.C. on September 15th. We're going to put our arms all around the National Mall of the African American History Museum. Hands off of our history to this Trump administration. This has been the most divisive administration. Hands off. The politicians have dedicated the land. I must say we have to thank President George W. Bush. President George W. Bush, under his administration, dedicated that land to the African American History Museum. I just want to tell you the truth. That's nonpartisan. He said a nation has to be honest with its past. It has to tell the truth about history. These are the words of George W. Bush. He wanted to set the record straight on the history. We're going into the 10th anniversary of the historic creation of the African American History Museum. Dr. Carter G. Woodson, who comes from West Virginia, went to Berea College in Kentucky. He conceptualized the idea of Negro History Week that ended up being adopted as Black History Month by Gerald Ford in the 1970s right here in the city of Chicago. There have been good people that pushed to make this dream come alive. And now under this administration, under the incompetent and the incomparable, Mr. Pete Hegseth, who I've asked publicly to resign as a sense of honor. He brings no honor, no strategy. He's incompetent. Trust and believe me. I've looked him in the eye and I've said, sir, for the sake of our nation, please resign. We're going to stand up, push back. We now are asking the members of the clergy. We heard the words in scriptures. Do this in remembrance of me. Jesus didn't ask about remember my miracles. He didn't ask about those things. He said, do this in remembrance of me. We have an inability as a human to oftentimes forget where we came from, forget how we got here, to forget our history. We're not going to forget. This is now the start of the third wave of Reconstruction. This time we're going to fix everything that was left incomplete. Hands off of our history. We prayed at that site. Young children started coming around. White history teachers started coming around. They said, tell the truth about American history. Slavery was conceived right alongside the independence of our nation. Mr. Trump says, this is an inconvenient history. You make us uncomfortable. This is a divisive ideology. We want to show that we have a shared history and make it more of a glorious time. Mr. Ron DeSantis of Florida says slavery wasn't that bad. Mr. Pete Hegseth, every time a female or an African American is now promoted for their generalship, he denies them. Have you seen African American Secret Service around the president? Have you seen our generals getting promoted? Now they're saying it's illegal for the Black Caucus to talk about a black scholarship. Just this week, the Department of Justice issued a letter to Yale saying, we want to question whether or not you're using affirmative action because they have 14 African Americans in the medical school, up from 12. African Americans, females, because of the DOGE cuts under this administration, have now locked out, wiped out, fired 600,000 African American females. Because of the Students for Fair Admissions and the Students versus Harvard, now they have said you cannot have minorities set aside in contracting and compliance. Enough is enough. Our children are suffering. So I'm making a shout out, a call. I need not my senior citizens. I need my special citizens. If you still have some hair on the top of your head, if you have some silver on the top of your head, if the good Lord still has you here, you might not have marched with Reverend Martin Luther King. You might not have been in a demonstration before because you weren't a government worker and you wanted to be safe. You didn't want to get into politics. Well, let me tell you, now politics has gotten onto your table and have gotten to you. I'm trying to talk to somebody. One of the 4.7 million people that have now lost their SNAP benefits. I'm trying to talk to somebody because of that one big bill that's about to lose your Medicare come December because of that one big ugly bill. I'm trying to talk to somebody that thinks we should tax those that have made the most and not tax those that have the least. I'm trying to talk to somebody. Do this in remembrance of me. I'm going to make this drum call, hit this beat. It's 108 days. Tell your neighbor, tell your friend. We're going to register. We're going to vote. We're going to preserve our history. We're not going to forget. We're not going to let nothing ever turn us around.
Let's give it up for Congressman Jonathan Jackson. We have Brother Deontay coming to give us a number. Let me just offer Jonathan, one of the things that CEO and President Derrick Johnson was instrumental in propagating in 2020. It's called the Whole of Government Equity Advancement. And what he said was, we need a real permanent solution to the issues that face the disaffected, and disenfranchised of African Americans and Americans. And he had Joe Biden sign an executive order on the very first day Joe Biden came to office called the Whole of Government, and our attempt to build a more perfect union that affected civil rights, racial justice, and equal opportunity for every American. It asked questions like, does the U.S. Department of Agriculture, is it lending fairly to African American and underserved farmers? Does HUD's policies expand fair access and equal access to all people? Does the Department of Transportation invest in infrastructure equitably? Are contracts awarded fairly from the Small Business Administration? We had a plan going forward. And the backlash to that plan that Joe Biden had that was really instituted by the NAACP and some advocate friends of theirs through the brain trust of Derrick Johnson, which is why he's going to come back here and talk about it. We had a plan that was in the form of an executive order. The backlash to that plan came fierce with the administration, the Department of Defense, the Department of Justice, and the Supreme Court in 2024. So what we've seen is the neutering of the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act, the changing of our culture, the elimination of our cultural icons. All of that is in large part a reaction to some of the great work that the NAACP had done with Joe Biden. So now, in the stead of Brother Derrick Johnson, he has offered us Jamal R. Watkins. Jamal, I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. I have a Jamar friend, I got a Jamal friend, and sometimes I get old between them. But Jamal Watkins is the Senior Vice President of Strategy and Advancement at the NAACP. He has come to us. He's taken time away from the board meeting and his duties at the NAACP conference to come and give us some words about the work of advancing equity and justice in Chicago during this conference. Jamal, please give us a word officially from the NAACP and welcome him to Chicago Rainbow Push.
Good morning, Rainbow Push. I'm going to say that again. Good morning, Rainbow Push. I bring you greetings on behalf of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, our President and CEO, Derrick Johnson, our Chair, Leon Russell, but most importantly, our membership. We are 2.9 million members strong across this land, if you will, really representing the best of community and the workers of community. And I'm talking about folks who live in the South Side, the West Side, Evanston, Alaska, Florida. Our membership is actually you all in this room. Now, to the matriarch of this house, to the leadership of this house, Brother Youssef, Congressman Jackson, we are grateful for the partnership between Rainbow Push and the NAACP that has been built and forged over decades. Now, I would be remiss if I got up here and didn't talk about my own Reverend Jackson experience story, if you will. It was about a couple of decades ago, and I happened to be a junior at Stanford University, and Reverend Jackson was slated to come and speak on our campus. And of course, everyone was abuzz about what was he going to say, what was he going to talk about. And so when he walked into the auditorium on the day that he was scheduled to speak, his words were very clear, that you have a responsibility coming out of this academic institution to use what you are learning and what you are building to build community, to transform community. And that message has stuck with me and many of my colleagues in that room because we understood that the notion of being somebody meant that you have to do something for others. The notion of being somebody meant that you have to connect the dots for those who weren't able to walk the halls of our universities and campuses, those who are still working to make ends meet. And so as I think about this moment of being in the great city of Chicago under the banner of NAACP, we understand that we are walking in the legacy and the teachings of Reverend Jackson. And as this organization continues, we understand that we have work to do. Amen? So when I think about the NAACP and the work that we are doing, we do have a convention. There's about 20,000 folks who will come through McCormick Place, which is just up the street. All of y'all know McCormick Place, right? And we hope that many of you will be able to join us in the space. But when we think about the work that we are undertaking, I'll highlight a few of our priorities. I think Youssef lifted up one that is really important for our community to understand, and that is that money matters. I want you to say money matters. Now, this is not saying we have to chase the dollar, but we know that the man who sits in the White House, we know that his billionaire friends and his millionaire friends are literally using the economics of this country to manipulate who we are and where we go. That in many ways they're using race and class as a dog whistle to hoodwink us still in order to put money in their pockets and enrich themselves. Now, for the first time in American history, we have a man who is a trillionaire. I'm going to say that again, a man who is a trillionaire. If we were to redistribute his wealth across the country right now, all of us would be wealthy. That's a problem when we think about who has made this man wealthy. It has been the work of the people in this audience, the work of community, the work of our ancestors who have built this wealth. And so as we talk about policy fights around the Small Business Administration, around reinvesting in black businesses, around raising wages, we know that money matters, and that is really the fight of our times. I'm going to pick on my brother, Congressman Jackson. A few weeks ago, we were in D.C. on the Hill, and we were fighting for new legislation that has been introduced on the House and the Senate side, built out by MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and it says that every American needs a minimum of $25 an hour to make ends meet. In order to buy gas, in order to pay your rent, in order to get some eggs in your refrigerator, you need at least $25 an hour. Now, who knows what the minimum wage is here in this country? I'm hearing some numbers shouted out. Say it again. Oh, ma'am, you said 15. That is double minimum wage. It is $7.25 an hour. That is the federal minimum wage. Now, how many of you can live off of $7.25 an hour? I don't see no hands raised. So when we think about this fight, we understand that money matters and economics matters. And so down the street at McCormick Place, we're going to be unpacking what it means to address black economic wealth building, unemployment in our community, and the fight forward. The second thing I would highlight that actually is critical to our community is protecting our safety. All of you have watched the news reports and have seen over the years black men and women, our bodies not being embraced by the powers that be, whether it's killings that are happening extrajudicially in community or killings at the hand of law enforcement. We understand that we still have a problem around protecting black people and black bodies and black communities. There's a funeral that's happening next week that we are all saddened about. A young man by the name of Nolan. I want you to say his name. Say Nolan. When we think about the notion of our young men and women, they have a right to live a prosperous life. They have a right to live a long life. And so when we connect the dots around policy advocacy, the NAACP and Rainbow Push are clear that we want to make sure that we're protecting the lives of our community members and our children. So we're addressing issues like gun violence prevention. Anybody know Reverend Sierra Bates Chamberlain? She's here in Chicago. She runs an organization called Live Free. She's joining us, for example, to address the fact that the number one killer of kids, and I'm going to pause here because I think folks forget this, the number one killer of kids, all kids, black, white, brown, green, yellow, is handguns. And so when we think about that as a problem in our community and all communities, we have to address it because we know that the livelihoods and lives of our children matter. And one other example I would lift up, and then I'll get to a close, if you will. How many of you have this microcomputer in your pocket, in your hand? Anybody? I live and breathe by this thing in this day and age, and we know that data matters. And so when we think about the economics of data centers, that trillionaire I talked about, that man who runs a thing called Amazon, he's building data centers all around the country, but they're a little bit dirty. They literally are taking our resources. They're using up water and electricity, and guess who's stuck paying the bill? It's us and our communities. It's you. Again, folks who they want to make $7.25 an hour. You got to pay all these high bills so that a data center can flourish, so that this man continues to make money as a trillionaire. Make it make sense. And so when we connect the dots around advocacy in terms of things like energy and data and economics, that's what we're fighting for at the NAACP. That's what we're fighting for connected to Rainbow Push. And so our convention is really about galvanizing our members in community to say it's not over, that the fight is still real. And as I close, I'm going to link it back to the theme of this year's convention called We the People. Say We the People. Now, when I think about We the People, I'm reminded of my grandmother, the late Bobby Jean Watkins. That's a real Southern name, isn't it? I miss Bobby Jean. Growing up, she sang in the sanctuary choir at the Pleasant View Missionary Baptist Church. And she used to sing a song, and it was talking about the harvest being ripe, but the laborers being few. And the lyric continued, and it said, if you need someone who is right, who knows what to do, I hear your call. If you want someone to go, I'll go. When we think about the theme of We the People and the 250th anniversary of this country, it is all of us and all of you who are actually the ones who are the laborers when the harvest is ripe. And as a song said, if you want someone to go, who will go? Send me. I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, send me. I want you to turn to your neighbor and say, send me. Rainbow Push Coalition family, the harvest is ripe, and the laborers are here in this room in the great city of Chicago and all throughout this country. Please join us at our national convention as we continue to do the work for the people. Send me, send me, send me.
Can we give him another round of applause? Send me, I'll go. We're going to have Deontay Baker come up with one more selection. I just want to say again, we thank you for coming. We thank you for taking that opportunity. I'm just happy for We the People. I'm going to go to my seat before I get happy, but let me bring up Deontay Baker.
All right, now, y'all, before I make my way to the west side of Chicago, I want to leave you with some encouraging words. No matter what you're dealing with, you ain't got to worry about a thing, okay? Come on, hey, say, everybody's got a thing that some don't know how to handle it. Always reaching out in vain, just taking the things not worth having. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. Oh, you say your style's a life's a drag and that you must go other places. But just don't you feel too bad when you get fooled by smiling faces. Don't you worry about a thing. Come on now, y'all. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Oh yeah, ba 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 ba. Oh, oh, ba 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 ba. Oh, oh, don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. When you get off your trip, say, hey, everybody needs a change, a chance to check out the new. But you're the only one to see the changes you take yourself through. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing, pretty mama. 'Cause I'll be standing on the side when you check it out. Oh, don't you worry about a thing. Hey, don't you worry about a thing. Come on, put your hands together like this. Hey. Woo, oh, no, no. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing. Don't you worry about a thing.
Let's give him a round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Jarrell, you said you're not going to get happy, but I'm feeling kind of happy right now. Jamal Watkins, NAACP, let's give him a round of applause. If I did not know your name before today, I know your name now. His name is Jamal R. Watkins with the NAACP. Let's give the relationship between Rainbow Push and NAACP a round of applause. He said we're not just going to vote for vote's sake. We're going with two eyes on the prize. We're going to vote our economic interests. We're not just going to push a button. We're not just going to punch a little thing. We're going to vote our economic interests. If African Americans and Hispanic people were to earn dollar for dollar with the average, it's a $3 trillion increase in gross domestic product for the United States of America. I would say with $3 trillion of investment that would come from our equal rights being enforced, we are a worthy investment by the United States government of America. We should be invested in. When you look out at 27,000 AKAs at their Boulé this week, you look out at 7,000 Zetas, all African American and colored women, graduates from college, often with degrees higher than their undergraduate degree. When we look out and see women who have achieved more because they started from further back, and when Pete Hegseth and our people in Washington see them as DEI to be cut, we have a different way of looking at our people. We see them as having gone further with less, and he sees them as being given something they didn't earn. And so it's kind of dark out here right now. We have to keep our faith to make it through this period. It is the obligation of every generation to perfect this union. And so when we get tired or we get weary, or we decide to put something in our brains to soothe the pain, or something in our veins to soothe the pain, we find ourselves drunken and high on the edge of the end of Reconstruction. We've done less than our best. And less than our best is a sin. We have to develop a level of cultural maturity to withstand the difficult times soberly so that we can survive the next generation. I don't hear a lot of my Catholic friends complaining about why they can't pass on their history to the next generation. I don't hear my Jewish friends complaining about why they can't pass on their history to the next generation. Maybe I'm not in those rooms. I hear a lot of us complaining about why public schools aren't teaching our history, why anybody but us isn't teaching our history, why our young people don't know our own history. You think about that. We have to develop a level of maturity in our families, a level of maturity around the dinner table, a level of maturity in our homes to teach ourselves our history. How are you going to learn your history and not be a member of the NAACP? How are you going to learn your history and not come here on Saturday mornings and join the National Rainbow Push Coalition? And there are other organizations that are every day and every week teaching you the history you complain about not knowing. We can do better than this. To do less than our best is a sin before our God. And so I'm not going to worry about a thing because we're going to combine in the equation faith and work. And if we have faith and if we work, then the equation will come upside down and we'll have success. Because faith without works, but faith with works is a blessing. And so as we prepare to accept the blessings of the new bridges that are built for us in the darkness of this time, are we ready? I said, are we ready? Are we ready? We leave here with a call to action to bring someone else here next week, to bring someone to the NAACP convention, to participate as we have never participated before, to go to church tomorrow and get off your pew and participate in a meaningful way in the gospel. And if you go to a church that only holds service on Sunday mornings and gets deep into the mysteries of the faith, loving Jesus and believing in Jesus, and does not turn that corner to following the way of Jesus, to finding your way to end systemic racism and systemic inequality, well, then you participate more meaningfully in that church until they begin to realize the potential of the gospel that they're missing. I didn't say leave the church. I didn't say complain about that church. I didn't say go and gossip about that church. I said participate in that church more fully. It's easy to say all of what I'm not, what we are not. Well, why don't you come and support us and participate it so that we can be more? We must vote our economic interests. It's about our livelihood. It's about making that $25 an hour as a baseline. What we say the number was, $750? $7.25? In Chicago, it's what, 17? Say what? It's $17 in Chicago. We're ahead of the game. But it's about voting our economic interests. It's about who creates tax policy. It's about the distribution of goods and resources. It's about our infrastructure, our highways, our bridges. That's what we're voting for. And that's why, as African Americans and our coalition, which I'm going to get to in just a minute, we must have a serious legislative conference held in Washington, D.C., where we give that trifold document that enumerates our economic and civil rights and human rights agenda, that every African American in the country can say, almost word for word. We have reached a level of maturity in this country where we have to show up in Washington en masse. That usually happens in spring. I hope it happens one day this fall. If we can work on that together. We have got to go and continue to put ourselves in front of every single congressman, every single senator. And that's how some of the change happens. We've marched to Washington. We've marched on Washington. We've marched around. Now we must go and take over Capitol Hill en masse as African American people. Each of us do it in our own separate ways. The Urban League does a great job. You do a great job. Some churches, some organizations do great jobs. But we must go together, clergy, leaders of faith, civic organizations, Divine Nine, Rainbow Push, the leaders of these civil rights organizations, and let these Congress people know how we feel, that there is a price to pay for voting down and voting against and being silent on the African American agenda. And we can't stop there. Because if every African American votes one single way, it's not enough. There are common ground elements we have with working class people who are struggling every day also to buy gas and tomatoes and apples and fruit in the store, who are struggling with college tuition and private school tuition and public school quality and health care and health insurance. And they're working class people, and they're members of unions, and they're folks who cannot get into unions, and they're single people. When the Voting Rights Act is cut, that means the suburban working people who are subject to polls closing early can't vote either. That means that when it's hot outside and it's illegal to drop off a bottle of water for someone waiting in the voting line, that is not your color. That's a cruel system restricting the vote on all of us. When I can't take my handicapped brother, sister, father, mother, son, daughter to assist them in voting because they say we're cheating and my son or daughter or my mother's blind, that's disenfranchisement intentionally. And so we have to build coalition greater than our color, but our common interests, our economic interests. And we can never forget that. Or we're doing less than our best. Reverend Jackson would say, when the lights go out, we all look surprisingly similar. He'd say, on Sundays and Saturdays in the evening, you're pulling for a Red Bulls jersey, not the color of the man in that uniform. And so we have to make room in our hearts for coalition building for sure. We are a volunteer-based organization. There is room for a voter registration card in one hand and a high school diploma in the other hand with the Jesse Jackson Senior Voter Empowerment Act. There is room for an NAACP card in one hand and a Rainbow Push card in the other hand. There is room for church membership and Rainbow Push membership, NAACP and Urban League membership. You have room for it all, and join all of us. We're a volunteer-based organization, and it's given time. It's given time. We can't keep these lights on, and we certainly can't keep this place cool, and we're not right now, without your beneficent giving. And so I ask that as we begin to close out our program for the day and raise money to keep us relevant through these trying times, as we work to travel across the country and mobilize and motivate voters, that you join me in membership of the Rainbow Push Coalition, which is just $35,
But to be a sustaining member of the Rainbow Push Coalition, give me a little music, y'all. To be a sustaining member of the Rainbow Push Coalition, I'm going to start off personally, and I told you that I volunteer with this organization. And there's some of you in here who are blessed more than me, and you may be able to give more generously than me, but I'm going to start off and asking if anybody would match my personal contribution to this movement with $500. Please raise your hand. Yusef Jackson will give the first $500. I can't see that far, but I see a hand there. I see a hand. I know Les Coney, he got North Side money. I see some West Siders in here and some South Siders in here, and I see some North Side money. If you will join me in giving $500, where'd my congressman go? Where'd the congressman go? The congressman got out of here before. Let's give Jonathan Jackson a round of applause. If you'll give $250, if God has blessed you to give $250 to our movement, please raise your hands. I promise you we're being good stewards of the dollars you give. We are not spending money. Thank you so much, Kathy. We're not spending money we don't have. We are being efficient. We are changing the staffing and the quality of services we're beginning to offer you. We're going to rebuild our constituent services. Miss Marcia Dyson, thank you. If you have $100 or more, please raise your hand. If you'll contribute $100 or more, thank you. I'm always grateful. Thank you so much. Everybody, you see those who are willing to give $100 or more, don't miss any opportunity you have. Oh, my goodness. Brother Jarrell David is working 3 jobs to get into Morehouse College, but has enough maturity and sense to share some of that with the Rainbow Push Coalition, where he worked for $100. Give Jarrell David a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. I said he's 18 years old. He's giving us $100. Give him a round of applause. Don't tell me you can't give when this young man is working to get in college, working 3 jobs this summer to give, and has just offered us $100. Thank you, brother. If you give $100 or more, please raise your hand. If you give $50 or more, please raise your hand. $50. Thank you so much. Please, we got right here in the second row, $50. In the second row, and in the first row. Come on down now. You ought to ushers with the baskets. I said in the second row here and in the first row here. Please keep your hand up. If you give $25 or more, please raise your hand. Come on. You got to raise your hand because we're not looking around enough. Ushers, I need you all to look around and see people, please. Okay. If you want one of these pins, they are free with a $35 membership. So some of y'all are just $10 shy of getting your pin. Don't be shy with your pin. If you give anything, if the Lord said, I have $5 today, and that's what you have, then we're grateful. Now, I will tell you as soon as possible when I talk to the president and CEO of the NAACP, we'll do our best to reschedule our fireside chat. We're going to have a number of fireside chats coming up, including with Sister Jasmine Crockett, Brother Derek Johnson. We're going to have Dave Chappelle on a fireside chat. We have a long list of people, cultural icons and political icons and political relevant people today that we're going to have fireside chats with. Did you enjoy the program today? If you did, give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. This concludes our program today. We thank you for coming and joining us. We're going to take some pictures up here. Les Coney, come up here and take a picture. And we're going to close out with our music ministry, Sister Michelle Boosie.
We all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, I'll be I'm